Hi, in this video I will tell you the full functionality of Fasol terminal. This is a bot that buys meme coins very quickly on the Solana network. It also has such functions as limit orders, take profits, stop loss, and the chart inside the mini app application. The link to the bot can be found in the description of this video. There will be a lot of useful information, so subscribe to the channel in advance and like this video. Well, if you want me to post such videos more often, of course, write a comment. So what is a Fasol terminal? In fact, this is a Telegram bot in the format of a mini application. It starts this way. I have already logged in from this account. When you launch it, you will have an opportunity to create a wallet, or it will be formed automatically here. In order to use the terminal itself, we press this button. We have a mini app application. I show it all from my computer, but it's also convenient to use it from my phone. The main advantage of the Fasol terminal in general is its speed. I'm using Fasol right now because it's one of the top terminals. Firstly, because it has a graph right in the app itself. Right now, no one in the bot has a schedule, so you can watch the chart directly and trade here. Plus, the speed. It loads the graph very quickly at the level of all other monitors and even faster. Also, the speed of buying and selling is very high, so we will consider it today. So let's start with the wallet, of course, so that you don't have any hitches in the future. Go to My Wallet section and see here the address of our wallet, which is created automatically when we upload the bot. We have several options on how to deal with it. Or we can export the private key, copy it, and log into Phantom to import this wallet there. Or let's say we can import an existing wallet into the Fasol bot. Here in My Wallet section, we can click Change Wallet and either generate a new wallet or import the one we had in Phantom. Everything is fine, we see our balance has changed and now we can use this wallet. What else are there in the My Wallet section? In fact, there is nothing else like that, except that there is a withdraw section where we can directly send it in the wallet itself. All this is done according to the same principle. You select the number of tokens that you plan to send and insert the recipient's address, after which you can click Send and Solana will be sent to another wallet. What else is there in this bot? There is Tokens section, in which tokens with good trading volumes are highlighted. That is very dynamic, good tokens for trading. In general, initially the Fasol terminal was created for scalping in order to catch drawdowns very quickly, buy and sell very quickly on their bounds, thus to catch a small growth of 3, 5, 10, 20% in a very short period of time. But then, this bot began to gain popularity among traders and the developers expanded its functionality so that everyone could use it for everyday trading. But these tokens, which are highlighted here, are more suitable for scalping. You can also set up filters in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and you can choose what DEX will be here. Either PAMP, FUN or Radium, and also here we see the name of the token, the time of its creation, how long ago it was created, or the volumes for this period of time, capitalization, percentage of growth and or decrease in capitalization, liquidity, number of trades, and audit. Auditing is about security, how secure is this token. If we open it, then in general we can click here and see certain metrics. So let's move on. The tokens section is clear. I will show the position section a little later when we buy a token. There is also a withdraw section separately. It was on my wallets. The referral account is clear here. And quick buy. I will also tell you about quick buy a bit later. So how do I interact with the terminal at all? As a rule, we will not find tokens through the terminal itself, but somewhere in a third-party service. For example, we can do it in GMGN. So let's say you find some tokens here and you want to trade them. You have analyzed that everything is okay and the token is suitable for you. Such a token is not suitable for us. It's not interesting. So let's just buy one, for example, to see how it's all done. Here, for example, there is a token and we want to trade it. To do this, we copy the address of the contract Of course, to go back to Telegram, here is the search, insert the contracts, and we get 2 tokens. In this case, since we found it already migrated to Radium, we choose Radium, of course. Let's say we want to buy this token. What is the functionality of the terminal here? First, we see the chart immediately. It's very convenient, especially if you use your phone for trading. You can immediately select an entry point, and it's possible to view a line chart. This is how in this case it displays transactions in 1 second. There is a fairly fast graph. There is a possibility of a regular chart, so this candlestick chart, which most of us are used to. If you are scalping, you definitely need to use only these charts. And if you're just trading, look for an entry point, and then you can use this one. So you can also adjust the time frame, second, 3 seconds, so on, up to 60 seconds. And you see, as it was on GMGN, so here there is also a graph. Look further, we see a terminal where we have the opportunity to buy and sell a token. What does the value of slow, fast and turbo mean? This is the commission that we will pay in order for the transaction to go faster. If the market is loaded and there are large volumes, then of course it's better to put a little more commission in order for your transaction to be more priority than others. And at least be more competitive and you buy a token quickly enough. If the market is loaded and you set a small commission, then most likely your transaction will be slow and the entry point will be not the best for you. You can also manually configure which commission you want to set, rather than just using these 3 buttons. You can also enable the JITO function here. It should protect you from MEV bots that can shave you when buying a token if you have incorrectly set up a slippage. And for sure, if you set slippage to 100% but did not enable the JITO function, then you will most likely be shaved by a MEV bot. Or even if you have set a 10% slippage, but if you have turned on JITO and even put an infinite slippage, then the robot will not shave you. This function allows you to protect yourself from MEV bots. But the disadvantage of this feature is that in this case the transaction speed slows down. Therefore, I prefer to turn off the JITO function anyway and control everything using the slippage. 5% is usually enough for me. These are the purchase settings. And here we can see the size of the purchase. We can install it either here with the buttons, 1 Solana, 3 Solana, or configure these buttons and add more. For example, we need a 0.1 Solana button. We also need, let's say, 0.5 Solana. And great, the buttons have been added. Now we can control and set the amount of purchases here with these buttons. And if we don't need something, we can delete it. Back to the buy section. Great, after we set the purchase settings, we click buy and we have a transaction. You can see how fast the transaction has gone, regardless of the fact that I indicated a fairly small commission. Here we see our transactions themselves. That is at 0.1 Solana. Buy button lights up blue when how many tokens and at what capitalization I made purchase. And also here we see the volume in Solanas in our deal. That is, we bought 0.1 Solana. Right now we have this specific amount, and if we click sell, then this amount will be sold. Of course, the price may change at the time of our sale, but nevertheless, at the moment, it is like this. Also, if we go to the transaction section, we will see the same thing here. So let's go to the sales section. In order for us to sell the token, the exact same settings are visible here. Here we see the slippage, let's set 5%. I also turn off priority fee, it's let's say 0.001 JITO. It's basically the same here. The only difference is how many tokens you want to sell. Of the total number of tokens, here are the 322,000 tokens I have bought. And for example, I want to sell half of it, then I will press 50%. And if I want 100%, then I click 100%. In this case, the transaction will be closed completely. Alternatively, here in the settings, you can specify your own values that will suit you. For example, here I want to sell 40%, here I want to sell 70% and 100%. After that, the buttons change and we can specify here. Again, depending on the strategy, you can set it all up. In order to sell, I need to click the sell button and the same sale transaction will take place. And before that, I want to show you the limit order section. In order to set all these, we click add order and, for example, 100%, we will have a price trigger. That is, when the price rises by 100% from our entry point, 100 of the tokens will be sold. Here you can change the number of tokens. For example, let's put 50% and click save. If we want to add another order, if we had specified 50% of the tokens here, we would have added another order, for example, 200% and 50% and another 50% of the tokens. That is, you can set multiple orders for take profit. Here we see that the order is active and we see that this icon is light, so it means it's active. We can also add a stop loss. That is the case when the price goes down. For example, we indicate that if the price goes to minus 10%, we will sell 100% of our tokens. Click sell and we have two orders. They are also displayed on the chart. We see our buy entry point and see that if the price is on this red line, then we will sell 100% of our tokens. And if it is on the green, then we will also sell 100% of the tokens, as I have indicated. And if, for example, your strategy is that you set the same settings in each token, for example, to minus 50% and plus 100%, you can click make default, and in the next token, when you buy it, you will not need to manually set these settings. Immediately after your purchase, they will be automatically exposed. Let me show you just a regular sale. Here, in the sell section, we specify the quantity that we want to sell and click sell. After that, we have a transaction. We see on the graph that we have also displayed what we sold, and in the transactions, we see that it was a buy, it was a sell, the number of Solanas that we have sold, when it was, and the number of tokens, well, and what's capitalization. You can also see the same information in transactions section. Here on top, you can also share the P&L on our deal. We can either view it in the position section, or, by the way, if we have bought a token now, but we have not sold it yet, it will be displayed in open positions. Since we have sold it, we have already in closed positions. And we see the number of transactions for this token, the name of the token, we see the P&L on it, we see the profit we have earned, and if we click here, our P&L will appear as an image in the chat. And you can see here is our purchase, here is our sale, the number of Solanas that we have earned as a percentage, what number of percentages we have growth, and let's go back to the terminal itself. We can also create the same image in the P&L token itself by clicking here. Another useful feature of the Fasol terminal is the quick buy function. So what does it mean? This is the function that, for example, we are looking for some kind of token for ourselves that we want to trade. Let's say here is a token and we want to buy it quickly, or somewhere in the Telegram channel we got some kind of token that needs to be bought extremely quickly, and for the purchase, instead of waiting for the terminal to open, let's close it. Until the terminal opens, we just click on the bot itself and without opening the terminal, insert the contract here and click send. After that, the purchase will take place immediately. So let's set up quick buy and show you how it happens in real life. Go to the quick buy section. Of course, you need to set it up in advance for such a purchase. We set the commission. Again, if you want to make sure that the transaction does not fail and goes quickly, it's better to set a little more commission. But since I'm going to set an example, this will be enough for me. Specifying the slippage, here we select either the TG Auto, Buy or Button. In this case, we will not even be asked for how much we want to buy. Or turn it off, and here we specify which buttons with the amounts we will have. And when we click send contract, it means set message, we will first have what amount we want to buy, and when we confirm the purchase, it will take place. But if we turn it off and, for example, indicate 0.1 Solana immediately to buy it, it will buy immediately at 0.1 Solana. We have set the settings, and now let's close the terminal itself and see how it works. So we have found a contract somewhere, inserted it, and send it. And that's it. The bot has sent the transaction and the token has been bought from us. Now, when we open the terminal, we will see the token and see our purchase. Here on 0.1 Solana at a capitalization of 21,000, we have bought a token. And automatically, remember, I set limit orders at -10 and 100%. And they have been automatically exposed. If you want to remove them, you will just need to delete them and also click Make Default. And in this case, they will not be installed on other tokens. And now you can either leave or change your orders, if you have set them at all before. Or sell the token simply manually. Click Sell in the same way and it's also for sale and that's it. So this is what the Fasol terminal looks like and in principle the process of buying and selling tokens is.